our kids, this is Miss Carr, and we're going to do a video on vanishing point and one-point perspective. So we're going to learn how to draw a picture of a city, buildings from an aerial bird's eye view. Okay, so we're going to get started with a vanishing point. So in the middle of your square paper, add a dot. That's a vanishing point. Doesn't have to be in the middle, but we're going to start with the middle today. And then you're going to add shapes. So use your shape tracers. You don't have to use the largest on the tracer, but you can choose the one you'd like to use. There's a square, and we're just going to add 4 shapes. You can turn it any way that you would like. And we've got a circle and an octagon. Okay, now we're ready to connect our corners of our buildings with our vanishing point. So here it is if you need a close look. 4 shapes, those are our rooftops and a vanishing point. Okay, so the next step is to take your ruler and you're going to draw a connecting line from each corner that's facing the vanishing point to the vanishing point. You don't need to draw these too dark, as we'll be erasing some of the bottom lines later. And I just like to run my ruler through each point that I think might connect to the vanishing point before I draw the line. And if I see that I can align it, I draw a line. These back here, I won't connect because I know that my building's made out of cement, can't see through it, don't need the lines on the back of this building right here. Okay? Let's do our square rooftop. In the corner to the vanishing point. And if you don't get exactly to the vanishing point, it's okay. Okay, these, do my little test, will not see that line, will not see that line. So now I'm going to move on to my triangle building. I see this one, vanishing point to the corner. Boom. Don't see this back one because it would go straight through the building. Okay, circles are a little different. There's no corners there. So we're going to go from either side to our vanishing point. So we'll go right from the side of that circle. We'll just run right next to it, stop. Same on the other side. Okay, this is what I have. Next step is to draw a few lines for our window lines. Our window lines are going to give this city picture depth. They're going to make it look like we're actually going back in space. Okay, so we'll start first with our square building. I'm just going to draw a few light lines using my ruler on the face of that square building. Okay, that's enough. The next thing I would do, and you can use your ruler or don't use your ruler for this part, it's just your preference, is draw some lines that run parallel to the rooftop. Parallel would mean they run right next to this line without touching. A few lines there. I don't always like to use a ruler for that. Same on this one. We'll draw a couple lines on this face. We see 2 faces of this building. And those are really close together, but they'll be a little bit different for our windows. You can choose how far apart you put your window lines. Windows on the buildings can all look different, as we know. Different buildings have different types of windows. And we'll put these close together too, so they match the ones on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to draw our lines that run parallel to our rooftop. Parallel. Run the same direction. Now I'm going to turn my paper because I want to draw my lines that meet up with the corner here and go back parallel with this line on my rooftop. Very important that you match your corners. See how all of my corners here are matched. They meet up. My lines are meeting up. Okay, now let's do our triangle building. This one just has one face, super simple. And we'll keep it simple with just 2 quick lines. We'll make big windows on this building by spacing out our lines a little bit more. There we go. Now for our circle building, we're just going to do the lines that run up. We do not need to use a ruler for our next set of lines because they're curved. So we're going to draw curved lines and try to make them curved the same as our circle tracer here. The other option is, if you're not feeling like you're too good at that, is you could take your tracer that you used and you can use that to trace those lines in instead of a ruler. And that way you'll get perfectly curved windows all the way down. Okay, those are great. Next step is to erase our ground floor. So our ground floor is going to be the last window line. So the last window line here, I've decided will be my last line that I drew. That was parallel to the rooftop, so that's this one. The last line here will be this one, and I'm just going to go in and darken all those up so I know where to erase to. Here for this one, and then this one's going to have that corner where it met up. Okay, so now I get to erase the middle. You could use a big eraser for this. Might be a little more effective. Okay, try to clean that up just as best you can. Okay, the next step is to draw a few things on our actual ground. So the ground is everything that is on the actual ground. So roads, sidewalks, you could draw people, you could draw trees, a lake, a parking lot, things like that. So I'm going to draw a little turnaround right here for the center of my city, and then I'm going to spring roads from there. You can use a ruler for this, or you can just redraw it. So sometimes a road kind of goes under or behind a building, kind of like the corner right here did. I'm going to have this road turn. Road's going to go behind that building and this building. Come back out here. Maybe it wants to curve all the way off the page. So just have fun with your roads. Keep them simple. And that one just went off the page. So now I'm going to sprout a road out in between these two buildings. So this is kind of like my little intersection. And I'm pretending that this road is going to meet up here, turns there, it's going to meet up here, and maybe it's just going to keep on going over here. Maybe go off the page, and then this one can go in between these two buildings. And like I said, sometimes they go underneath the building. The building's covering up part of the road, and that's okay. All right. So here's my last one. We'll go in between these two, and we'll just send this road off the page. This one goes out to the country. Maybe it's got a little median right there, and you can go either way. Okay, the next step is we can draw on our rooftops. So you can go in and add details to your roads, sidewalks, things like that later. Details would be lines or dashes on the road. You could draw the rooftops of cars. Like I said, you could draw a lake. Maybe there's a lake out here. Maybe there's a parking lot out over here. You could even draw a little driveway to get into that parking lot from the street. Draw parking places. Okay, maybe that's the parking lot that goes to this lake. You could even make a bridge that goes over the road to the lake. All right, so for our rooftops, they're going to be closer because the things on the ground are further away from us. The things on the rooftop are closer to us. So we're pretending we're a bird. So on top of this building, maybe this one's a hospital. So maybe I want a hospital to have a helicopter landing pad. Just drawing a big H. Put a circle around it. So that's my helicopter landing pad. Maybe I want to write Mercy Hospital. And you don't have to name all of your buildings, but I think if you name a couple of them, that's a nice detail. Okay, so maybe on top of this building, maybe this building is a hotel. Maybe it is the Hilton. Maybe it has a swimming pool on top. Maybe around the swimming pool it has some tables and some chairs. Maybe it has a little restaurant attached. So you guys can just be as creative as you want. All right, so now we see the depth in that picture and we see the dimension in our buildings. All of this using a vanishing point and 1-point perspective. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video today and I hope you learned how to use shapes and a vanishing point to make 1-point perspective. See you next time.